Have you ever stopped to think that maybe everything you were taught about making money is wrong? The idea that financial success depends on a steady job, a stable career, and working yourself to exhaustion is so common that almost no one questions it. But what if I told you there's a different way, an ancient way, already recorded in the Bible, that reveals another path to prosperity, without depending on a monthly paycheck? It sounds surreal, I know, but Solomon, the wisest and richest man of all time, discovered this secret centuries ago. Imagine living without the pressure of a job that drains your energy and keeps you from enjoying life. Think about the freedom to make choices based on what you truly want, not on what you need. Solomon teaches us that true wealth goes beyond money, it's sustained by wisdom and the ability to make money work for you. He knew that by seeking wisdom before wealth, the opportunities for prosperity would multiply. And this is within your reach, you just have to follow a few steps. Today, you'll discover the secrets that can transform your relationship with money, leaving behind the old belief that only hard work brings stability. And don't worry, we're not talking about magic formulas, but real, practical strategies that anyone can apply. So, if you're ready to rewrite your financial story, come learn what Solomon has to teach about endless wealth. Wisdom and prosperity go hand in hand, but many ignore this connection. In Solomon's view, wisdom is the key that opens doors to lasting prosperity, different from fleeting wealth that comes and goes. He understood that the real power lies in knowing the principles that sustain life, whether in financial decisions, relationships, or even in facing challenges. Those who genuinely seek wisdom end up attracting prosperity because the intelligence behind each decision turns every action into an investment in the future. Many people think having money is enough, but Solomon proved that wisdom goes beyond mere accumulation of wealth. When someone understands the art of choosing well, of weighing options, and of being fair, wealth naturally follows. Imagine a person who, instead of accumulating without purpose, knows how to direct their resources with prudence. Solomon teaches that wisdom helps us see the value in each decision, avoiding the mistakes that erode the fortune of those who only seek quick profit. To apply this teaching in daily life, start with small changes. Reading books that broaden your perspective on life and money, such as Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, by T. Harv Eker, is a good example. This type of reading teaches you to see money from a different angle, with the same wisdom Solomon preached. When you understand what's behind each financial decision, even the smallest investment can become a step toward true prosperity. And this is just the beginning. Most people grow up believing that financial success depends on a steady job and a guaranteed paycheck at the end of the month. But Solomon challenges this idea. He shows us that it's possible to achieve true financial freedom without relying on a paycheck from a boss or a stable job. For him, the path to prosperity is paved by intelligent decisions, not the apparent security of a paycheck. This is the starting point for a new understanding of money and wealth. The mentality that success comes from working hard, without considering long-term consequences, limits many people's potential for growth. Solomon invites us to break this paradigm and think beyond, seeing wealth as a fruit of applied wisdom. Those who pursue prosperity only through the traditional path often miss the chance to explore less conventional, but much more rewarding, paths. If you want to put this concept into practice, the tip is simple: start observing new ways to create value. This can include investing in small businesses, creating multiple income streams, or even developing skills that allow for financial autonomy. Solomon knew that for those who think intelligently, opportunities are everywhere. When we step away from the conventional model, we open our minds to prosperity that doesn't depend on a fixed salary. For Solomon, there is a fundamental difference between wealth that lasts and wealth that is merely fleeting. While many strive to accumulate money quickly, he warns of the danger of a fortune that lacks a solid foundation. Temporary wealth is like quicksand, it seems solid but collapses under the feet of those who pursue it without planning. Solomon reminds us that true prosperity comes from a solid structure, built on wise decisions and a long-term vision. Think of those fortunes that appear overnight and disappear just as quickly. These are cases of mismanaged inheritances, lottery winnings that end in bankruptcy, and businesses without structure. Solomon teaches that lasting wealth is the result of conscious, well-grounded work by those who understand that the real value lies in the ability to manage and multiply what they have. He knew that the secret is in building a foundation that withstands life's storms. To start creating wealth that truly endures, it's essential to adopt a prudent attitude toward money. For example, investing in real estate, shares of solid companies, or even in knowledge are ways to build a stable foundation. Solomon was talking not only about money but about the kind of prosperity that continues to grow, regardless of crises. And when the foundation is strong, the future becomes promising. For Solomon, true wealth is not measured solely by the money in your pocket but by the honor and justice with which that wealth is earned. He believed that prosperity and character go hand in hand and that one doesn't mean much without the other. When someone is fair in their actions and respected for their decisions, their wealth goes beyond material possessions, it becomes a symbol of who that person truly is. For him, honor and justice are foundations that build a prosperous and respected life.
Want to transform your life from the inside out? Check out our ebook with practical tools for real change. Go to the pinned comment, click the link, and see how to start your transformation today.
In a world where many people focus only on accumulating, Solomon challenges us to think about how we are seen and remembered. He knew that wealth gained at the expense of injustice or manipulation may grow quickly but loses its shine. Honor is what turns a simple fortune into something admired and lasting. Solomon is an example of someone who achieved prosperity without sacrificing his principles, which has made his legacy endure for centuries. Wondering how to apply this? Always act ethically, even when the easy path seems more appealing. If you're an entrepreneur, treat your clients and partners with respect. If you invest, do so with transparency and responsibility. Solomon shows us that by building a foundation with honor and justice, we are creating an estate that not only lasts but is also worthy of admiration. And this is just another step on the ladder to true prosperity. Solomon teaches us that multiplying wealth is not a matter of luck but of strategic and intelligent decisions. He understood that true prosperity isn't limited to earning but to knowing how to expand what one already has. For Solomon, wisdom was a tool to turn each resource into a growth opportunity. He observed those around him and understood that those who don't act with prudence can see their assets dissolve as quickly as they were acquired. Many believe that once they have money, multiplication is guaranteed, but Solomon warns us about the risk of blindly trusting this. He knew that without careful management, wealth becomes vulnerable to life's ups and downs. Imagine someone who earns a lot but doesn't invest wisely. Sooner or later, they will see their assets decline. Solomon advises that every decision be carefully evaluated, especially regarding long-term investments, as that is where multiplication happens. To put this wisdom into practice, start investing wisely. For instance, consider stocks in companies known for their stability, real estate in promising areas, or even investments in your own financial education. Solomon shows us that those who multiply their wealth are those with the knowledge to do so responsibly. And when we act intelligently, the results often exceed expectations. Solomon knew that relying on a single source of income is like building a castle on sand. He understood that financial security comes from diversity, as each new source of income acts as a pillar that supports prosperity. By diversifying, you not only minimize risks but also expand your growth potential. Solomon shows us that wisdom applied to creating multiple sources of income distinguishes those who achieve true financial stability. Imagine a person who lives exclusively from their job. If something goes wrong, their entire income is affected. But those who have other revenue streams, whether through investments, a small business, or freelance work, have a more solid structure capable of weathering unexpected events. Solomon advises each person to seek additional income opportunities, as this is how strong foundations for prosperity are built. Diversification is, in itself, a strategy for protecting and growing wealth. To start, look for diversification paths that align with your interests and skills. Perhaps investing in real estate funds, learning about the stock market, or even creating extra income from something you enjoy doing. Solomon teaches us that those who diversify their income sources are never caught off guard and keep their prosperity safe from life's fluctuations. And the security this brings is the next step in building true financial independence. Solomon shows us that wisdom isn't only in major decisions but also in small daily choices. Every action, no matter how minor it seems, contributes to the destiny we are building. He knew that by acting with discernment, even in simple matters, we create a cumulative effect that leads to true prosperity. Solomon saw life as a series of opportunities, where each moment is a chance to apply wisdom to grow. Often, we underestimate the impact of small decisions, like saving on a purchase or dedicating a few minutes a day to learning something new. But it's precisely in these details that Solomon believed lay the secret to a prosperous life. He understood that by cultivating wise habits, we are creating a solid foundation that supports significant achievements. By making good choices repeatedly, we strengthen our ability to make wise decisions in crucial moments. To apply this concept, start the day with mindful choices. How about setting aside time to study personal finance, plan your expenses, or seek advice on investments? Small changes in your daily routine, like avoiding impulsive spending or dedicating yourself to self-knowledge, can transform your path. Solomon teaches us that those who care for small acts are prepared for the big ones. And this preparation leads directly to the next step on the path to prosperity. For Solomon, true financial freedom means not being a slave to a job but being in control of your own choices. He teaches us that by relying solely on a fixed salary, we become vulnerable to external uncertainties and limited in our potential to prosper. Solomon believed that financial independence is a path that requires intelligence and vision because it involves building something beyond the ties of a conventional job. Many people believe that stability is the same as security, but Solomon knew that real security comes from the ability to create and manage your own income sources. He saw traditional employment as a limited source of wealth, while knowledge and wisdom could open doors to financial freedom. Solomon encourages everyone to think beyond the end-of-the-month paycheck and to invest in skills and knowledge that make independence possible. Ready to take the first step? Think about which talents or interests you have that could become additional income streams. From learning about investments to starting something you love, there are many ways to begin building your financial independence. Solomon inspires us to take charge of our financial destiny, making money work for us instead of the other way around. And this mastery over finances prepares us for the next level of prosperity. Solomon was a strong advocate for investing in knowledge, believing that personal growth is the key to an abundant life. He understood that constant learning opens up paths and possibilities, bringing prosperity that goes beyond money. For him, those who invest in themselves are building a solid foundation for true wealth. Solomon saw knowledge as a resource that no one can take away, one that grows exponentially when well cultivated. While many focus solely on accumulating material goods, Solomon reminds us that personal development is the kind of investment that never loses value. Learning about finance, the investment market, or even improving practical skills are steps that broaden our opportunities. He knew that by cultivating wisdom, we are actually increasing our ability to thrive in any scenario. Personal growth is, therefore, true wealth, reflected in all aspects of life. Wondering how to put this into practice? Start by setting aside daily time for reading or courses, especially on topics that can boost your financial independence. Books like Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki or Investments by Mauro Halfeld are excellent options for those wanting to learn more. Solomon shows us that by investing in ourselves, each decision becomes more accurate and strategic, and success becomes a natural outcome. And the next step is to understand how to expand this wealth. Solomon teaches us that wealth is not an end in itself but a powerful tool for achieving something greater. He believed that the true purpose of prosperity is to use it for good, to positively impact the lives of others, and to live according to deep values. For him, money was a means to create freedom, to help, and to transform the world around him without getting lost in empty ambitions. Many people accumulate wealth without a clear purpose and end up in a cycle of endless pursuit for more without finding satisfaction. Solomon saw the value in doing good with what you have, helping those in need, investing in projects that reflect your essence, and leaving a legacy. He knew that by placing wealth in the service of a greater purpose, it gains lasting meaning and becomes a source of fulfillment. To apply this principle, think about how you can use your resources to make a positive impact. Whether by donating, creating a company that solves real problems, or even dedicating time to important causes, the key is for your wealth to reflect your values. Solomon shows us that true prosperity transcends the financial and touches the lives of people, leaving a mark that goes beyond time. And this vision expands our understanding of what it really means to be rich. So, now that you know Solomon's principles for achieving prosperity that goes beyond money, what will you do with this knowledge? Are you ready to apply wisdom in every decision, multiply your income streams, and transform wealth into a means for a greater purpose? Solomon showed us that true financial freedom doesn't come from a job but from intelligent choices and a clear vision of what we want to build. Remember, real prosperity begins within you, in small actions, in daily habits, and in the courage to break paradigms. How about taking the first step? Start thinking today about how to invest in yourself, seek new income sources, and use money in a way that brings meaning to your life. It's in your hands to turn this wisdom into reality. If this content inspired you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications. This way, you'll keep receiving valuable insights for your journey of personal and financial growth. We'll see you in the next video, and until then, apply what you've learned. The change starts now.